We live, we learn, we love. We live, we learn, we love. We live, we learn, we love. Watch, cycle, repeat. Watch, cycle, repeat. It's just some things that I had to choose not to repeat no more. As we live, as we learn, as we love. Some things you're gonna have to learn not to repeat, especially when it affected the way that you would like to choose to live. We live, we learn, we love. Intuition don't need words. Intuition don't use words. Only people do. Keep that in mind. Only people do. And the more I reflect on that, the more it put me in a concrete space that no matter what it takes or how long it takes, or how much time I need to do what I came here to do, I believe in my own power. Not only to create my ideas into a living manifestation, but to be patient until they appear. Do you? I point that out because more and more I see that we as people can be afraid to express our creative sparks, our creative self, our creative side, in fear of what others may think or have to say about it. But y'all know how many times I've been called crazy. Y'all know how many times I've been called weird. Y'all know how many times I've been called strange. Y'all know how many times it been said something wrong with him for things I may have said, the way I may have dressed, and numerous of other unique ways that I have chose to express myself. You know, I may come out with half of my beard gone on this side, and this side of my mustache left on this side, and this side gone. You know, two different shoes. I was doing that 20, 30 years ago. That gives some of y'all a glimpse of how young I am. That's neither here nor there. We peeled through the layers over here, all the layers. So I like to touch a whole lot of stuff that at any point in time I could go on the internet and pull any other so-called big conscious leaders up, and they ain't talking about the things that need to be talked about. All them other people's lives and all them other people's lives in all those olden times, we can't replicate right here, right now, today. Actually, you can't even apply none of that shit from Egypt or any other them other places until you're right now today, other than wearing the clothes and trying to look like it. We peel through the layers over here. And if you want to heal, you got to be willing to go where everybody else ain't. If you're willing to heal, you're going to have to be willing to go. You're going to have to be willing to look where everybody else ain't looking. And you're going to have to do that in yourself. Life's short. So we gotta make it count. You hear me? As a child, we all have heard. Who taught you that? Where you learned that from? Who you heard say that? Just because we was taught something doesn't mean that it's true. All of us don't heard that before as a child. And if we got children, we probably found ourselves saying it to our children or our grandchildren or our nieces and our nephews. Just because we see something doesn't mean that it's right. But we don't come to these conclusions overnight. We don't, most times, and we don't come to these conclusions when these things that be happening throughout the day are happening. But we come to these conclusions over time. We come to these conclusions as we identify with bad habits, with negative behavior, with unhealthy thinking. And then we correspond it with the damages, the different types of damages that it has caused in our lives or in the lives of others. And then at some point, we make a decision to start making the proper adjustments in ourselves so they can outpicture in our external reality. What's the most important? Or let me rephrase that. What's the most important thing with all I have said? What's the most important thing that can happen if you lived as your authentic self? What's the most important thing that can happen if you lived as your authentic self? And the reason that I pose that question is, how many of us have heard, this is how I was brought up. That's how I was raised. This is just me. Any of y'all ever said that? I'll wait. More so, is anybody still saying that? That's the important question. Is anybody still saying that? Because I really hope not. Because if so, that means you still got a lot of growing up to do. You still got a lot of maturing to do. Was everything you was taught true? Was everything you saw correct? What about the things that you heard? How did that affect you? Are you afraid of your pain? What have you buried so deep down in you, that now is the time for you to deal with it? Because it has caused so much damage, so much hurt, so much problems by you ignoring it. Take your time. What are you running from that prevents you from turning to and tuning in to yourself? What could you not do that you don't like to do, yet you always find yourself doing it, knowing that it don't really agree with you, versus what you could be doing with the time that you find yourself doing what you don't like to find yourself doing, although you're attracted to doing it, but not how it make you feel after you be done it. It sounds tongue twisting, but it's not. It's very simple. And the explanation to that is overindulgence leads to uncontrollable impulses. Overindulgence leads to uncontrollable impulses, mentally, emotionally, chemically, physically, and even spiritually, because we do have people tampering in spiritual realms with things that they don't know nothing about, so really have no business even tampering with until they're seasoned enough to know what they're doing, you know, opening up all type of energetic portals and got spirits coming in. I just wanted to share some things to allow us to reflect, shadow work all year, and to allow us to contemplate and allow us to adjust some things according to whatever outpicturing these words gave us to look at, and plant better seeds in our right now. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Thanks for the like, share, subscribe, new subscribers, comments, questions. Being you and allow me to be me. I am Saiwoo. Peace, family.